United 0 on a cold afternoon here at the Rossum Stadium. Joining me is David Oldfield. David, it's fair to say that Welling United have probably improved much since last time, but it was a tough battle that.
Yeah, absolutely. Last time it was completely irrelevant. It's a long time ago, many players ago, and everything has changed since then. They made a lot of changes in that particular game as well, so nobody was under any illusions that this was going to be anything but a really difficult game. I felt that we were disappointingly average. I felt that we had so much more to give, so much more to come. We had a big effort on Wednesday and it looked like we were just a little bit below par against a really good team. But I have to say, I've seen many teams lose that game, and I've seen teams nick it, but I don't think we quite did enough to win it, and maybe that looking back we'll realise that could turn out to be really a big point for us.
And looking back, thankful towards the end there to Ben Dudzinski again, the save right at the death there. It could have ended up being a 1-0 defeat, which I think would have been harsh, but I think the draw was probably more of a fair result today.
We definitely didn't deserve to lose the game. Ben's save was sensational, but we are a collective group, and if by any chance it would have gone in, we'd have lost together and drew together and won together, whatever the phrase is. We are fed up, disappointed, because there's lots of uncharacteristic things happen today that the boys haven't done before. I take responsibility for that, and I think we can just look back, reflect, and make sure we get ready for the next game, because every game is a huge challenge for us, and it will certainly be the same on Tuesday.
And obviously, Ricky on Wednesday was a great result, but it was the first competitive game of the new year. I'm not going to go into specifics, but as a club and as a manager, you've had other things off the pitch to deal with in terms of protocols this week. Does that affect preparation at all, or do you just sort of switch off from that and focus on the day?
Yeah, I don't think it helps, but we absolutely take responsibility for it, and the club has been very proactive in trying to keep us safe, and whatever happens, and the club has dealt with it, and we need to move forward. So it's absolutely not an excuse, and it didn't affect us today, and we need to make sure that whoever is here, in whatever position, is doing the very best that he can, and we are preparing as well as we can. I think there were times where we could do so much better today, but if we look back, as I said, we'll be okay going forwards, and I think we just need to make sure that we stay together and we recover properly, and we're able to run on in the next game.
I know it's one game at a time, but Braintree, they're not going to be an easy walk in the park at all, are they? They're going to be a tough challenge.
Listen, I'm so sorry for repeating myself. Every game is a huge challenge for us. Literally every single game. But we don't have a huge amount of bodies, but the lads are fully committed and work really hard. So we have to just treat every game as we can, and we know it's a massive test for us on Tuesday. It's going to be a test and a challenge, but one that we relish and one that we look forward to, and the one that we really need to make sure that we are even better than we were when we were on our last away game, and certainly improved from today.
A final question, something that I know Welling United have done today. Brad Quinton has been very busy over the last 3 or 4 weeks, making the most, taking the advantage of possibly step 3 football being discontinued for the season, so dipping into the sort of the loan market. Is there any chance of you considering that, just in terms of bolstering the squad with some players perhaps from the slightly lower levels, just to give yourself a little bit of a boost? Yeah,
we've absolutely considered it already. We always look at those things, and it may become apparent. It's certainly since they've stopped that the lower than us leagues have stopped, because we are a low league. And it is what it is. We'll certainly keep looking and certainly be around it. And I think it's possible that we need a reinforcement or two, but we'll cross that bridge, I think, when we come to it.
David, thank you for that.